Hello gamers, my name is Patient Zero and welcome to Save the Series, where we will give a broken franchise a quality transplant. Today's patient, The Legend of Zelda. For more we turn to our game diagnostician, Dr. Victoria Green. Doctor?
Patient is a 27-year-old action-adventure series with elements of puzzle solving and RPGs. It came in with complaints of repetition and lack of excitement. Patient history shows signs of a weakening innovation system and a heavy reliance on game recycling drugs. Further testing revealed signs of a tumor pressing on the creative nerve and a blockage in the storytelling system.
And your diagnosis?
The Legend of Zelda is suffering from two very dangerous problems, a disease known as gameplay stagnation, as well as a very severe case of addictive re-release syndrome. Both have limited effects in the short term, but over time will cause the deterioration and eventual death of the franchise.
Thank you, Doctor. For too long, Nintendo has been content to let Zelda live on solely by HD or 3D remakes and special edition re-releases. This will not keep it going forever, and with the weaknesses seen in Skyward Sword, it is clear that major action is needed in order to save this series. In this case, there are two treatment options. Option 1. Game Design Bypass. The Legend of Zelda games have always been noted as being designed game first, story second. The creators have stated that in some cases the games are built more than halfway to completion before the story is even thought of. However, the Zelda games span a large dynamic narrative comparable to Star Wars in its grand time scale. With the recent success of the Hyrule Historia book detailing the timeline of the vast Zelda universe, it is safe to assume that Zelda fans care deeply about the stories of the games. With that in mind, I think Nintendo should change the way they make Zelda. In a case like this, story needs to be at the forefront. The Zelda universe is full of possibilities for deep and engaging stories, but the current process limits them to simple, paper cutout versions of the grand adventures they hope to portray. So certain things need to happen. First, no more silent hero. Link is a well-defined character and he has the right to be heard. Second, hire some voice actors. It's 2013 and games have reached the point where big-name stars are performing in them regularly. I'll give you the extremely English cast for a Zelda game right now. Tom Felton as Link, Anna Popplewell as Zelda, and Patrick Stewart as Ganon. Or that guy who played Tywin Lannister. Third, it's time for some real cutscenes. Again, 2013. I don't want the villain stopping mid-motion in order to deliver his line in a text bubble. I do that when I read comics. And lastly, write a Zelda story and make a game around it. Something that will shake the fans to their very core. Here's my idea. Link fights Ganon, but is killed and the Master Sword broken. Zelda grabs the pieces and runs. She wants to resurrect her beloved, but needs the Master Sword fixed in order to gain access to the Triforce. She must find the long-lost Silver Forge where the Skyward Sword was originally forged. Once there, she must learn the art of forging from the ghost of the legendary blacksmith who made the Skyward Sword for the goddesses in order to reforge the Master Sword. With it, she can obtain the Triforce, save Link, and retake her kingdom. But that's just one idea. And if Nintendo doesn't like that, there's always option 2, developer transplant. Nintendo is very wary about putting their properties in other developers' hands. After all, their first attempt at this resulted in the Zelda CDI games, and the less said about them, the better. However, it has proven to work on occasion, particularly with the Oracle of Ages and the Oracle of Seasons, which were developed concurrently by Capcom and were a big success on the Game Boy Color. Perhaps it's time for Zelda to be given a chance in the hands of another developer. I would not trust Capcom, as they can't even be bothered to manage their own properties anymore. I would actually suggest a North American developer. Could you imagine Zelda in the hands of Bethesda or BioWare? Or how about Ubisoft? Ubisoft has always been big in their support of Nintendo. Why not a Zelda game in the Assassin's Creed engine? There's also Epic, Valve, Rare, Naughty Dog, and many more developers that could do very interesting things with such a storied franchise. In any case, I've loved Zelda since I was a child and I want to see it be great again. If you have any ideas on how to save this series or other series you think need saving, leave them in the comments below. Until next time, here's hoping.